Conversions, demo requests, free trial signups, booked sales meetings, qualified leads. If these numbers are not where they need to be for your B2B SaaS, this video is for you. Many B2B SaaS companies take a very piecemeal approach to lead generation. They might try and fix something over here or tweak something over there, and then wonder why they're just not moving the needle. What actually works in B2B SaaS lead gen is taking a holistic, multi-pronged strategy that attacks the problem from every angle. What actually works is a precision-engineered, integrated approach to marketing and lead gen. Stratabeat has worked with many B2B SaaS companies. For a B2B wealth management SaaS, we increased monthly booked sales meetings by 544% in just 6 months. We increased leads at a law firm management SaaS by 427% within just 7 months. For a B2B payment SaaS, we quadrupled their leads in the second quarter of working with them. And for a property management SaaS, we increased their employees from 50 to over 250 in 2 years. These types of results are not random or by chance. This is a systematic approach that's been proven over and over again. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through proven strategies that generate greater and greater leads for your B2B SaaS. Okay, so let's get into it. Every lead generation strategy lives or dies by how well you know your ICP, your ideal customer profile, how well you understand their pain points and their frustrations. Most companies think that they know their ICP. However, really, they just have a surface level understanding. They don't talk with customers on a regular basis, for example. Instead, the ICP is typically defined by a group of internal employees in a conference room, and then you might put it into a presentation deck and then store it on a server, and no one really looks at it for 2 or 3 years. What you want to do instead is identify their real pain points, their real challenges, their real frustrations. What keeps them up at night? What gives them that pit in their stomach on Sunday evenings? What do they really dread? Here's how you go really deep with ICP insights and understanding. First, conduct real live customer interviews, and do this throughout the entire year, not just once and then revisit it a few years later. You want to be doing this consistently throughout the year. Second, listen to your sales call recordings. Tools like Gong, SalesLoft, and Chorus are sitting on a gold mine of customer insights. Listen to how they articulate their problems and the questions that they're asking. What resonates very deeply and what doesn't. Third, conduct CRM win-loss analysis. Understand exactly why they are purchasing from you or why they're deciding not to. Scour Reddit to see what they're saying about you. And if they're not talking about your brand in Reddit, what are they saying about competitors? Or what are they saying about your types of solutions in general? Scour customer review sites and see what they're saying about you there. What are actual customers saying about you in places like G2 or Capterra or softwareadvice.com? Also, use the LLMs for audience research. Check ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, and see how they're describing your ICP. Search data is a window into exactly how your audience is thinking and the way that they articulate the questions running through their minds. So go into Google Search Console and look at the long tail queries that people are actually entering into Google. You can also go into Bing Webmaster Tools and look at the grounding queries. These give you keen insights into exactly what they're looking for online. Deeper audience insight is a rising tide that lifts all marketing boats. The better you understand your ICP, the more effective every strategy is going to be that we walk through in this video. Denise Pearson, the CMO of Snowflake, said, "I think that being bold is the best chance you have of beating the system and getting noticed." She then took Snowflake from under $100 million in annual revenue to over $4 billion. I strongly believe that one of the most overlooked weapons in marketing is boldness. Too many brands are timid and playing it safe. Whatever happened to having a backbone and going for the win? One of the things that I love that Pearson did at Snowflake was betting the entire brand on the customer as the hero. Most enterprise data companies at the time were marketing themselves from the inside out, screaming about their architecture, their proprietary code, their processing speeds, all this technical jargon. Pearson completely flipped the script, treating their enterprise clients like tech celebrities. And then, as I had mentioned, she helped Snowflake blast through $4 billion in annual revenue. We've come across countless B2B SaaS companies that treat messaging like an afterthought, or they describe what their software does and leave it at that. Too many companies are using messaging that might be accurate, but that doesn't resonate deeply with the ICP. If you do that, you run the risk of getting lost in a sea of sameness. And once that happens, it kills pipeline growth. Have a backbone, stand for something, and be bold. If you want more leads, getting found by your ICP is critically important. And with that in mind, the greatest opportunity to be found online is in Google and the LLMs like ChatGPT, Claude, and Copilot. Too many B2B SaaS are focused on one, but not the other. So you might be focused on GEO and AEO and performing well in the LLMs, but perhaps you've given up on traditional SEO in Google. Or others might be crushing it in Google and have not yet attacked the LLMs. Look, you need to focus on both. You need to focus on SEO just as much as you focus on GEO. You need to focus on GEO just as much as you focus on SEO. The LLMs are gaining in importance by the month, by the week, by the day. There is no getting around that. But don't sleep on Google. Fernando Angulo, Senior Market Research Manager at SEMrush, shared GEO research recently that found that traditional search, in other words, Google, is still the backbone of discovery today, with 80.76% of all online searches. If you want to win and drive more leads today, you really need to focus on both SEO as well as GEO. Now, let's talk about creating a lead gen engine and scaling it. First, you need to answer this. What's working most effectively for you in your lead gen activities? And second, how can you get even greater results from it? It's not about doing more and more kinds of marketing. It's about identifying what's most effective and going deep. Is it industry-specific targeting? Is that what's most effective for you right now? Then double down on it. Is it webinars? Is that what's most effective for you? Then ask yourself, how many are you conducting in a quarter? And should you be conducting more? Is it proprietary data and original research? Then what are ways that you could be publishing research more frequently? Maybe sprinkling in some more lightweight versions of your original research and publishing it in different content formats. Are you offering a free tool or some templates? Are they starting to gain traction? Then what you might want to consider is building an entire library of them and having the best library in the entire industry. If something's working, pour fuel on the fire. It is the fastest and most reliable way to generate more leads. Another effective way to generate leads for your B2B SaaS is social proof. You want to be building trust everywhere. Robert Cialdini, in his book Influence, called social proof one of the most powerful forces in human behavior in getting people to take specific actions. Client logos, testimonials, case studies with hard numbers, these don't just look good. They lower the psychological barrier to conversion. Sprinkle social proof throughout your website. Don't just include it on your homepage. You want to include social proof everywhere, whether it's your website, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's your videos, in any type of interaction with your prospects. Overload your prospects with social proof and you will generate more leads. Another effective way to generate more leads for your B2B SaaS is conversion optimization and behavioral analysis. Conduct A/B testing. Compare one landing page versus another, or one offer versus another, or one CTA versus another, or one form of messaging versus another. The point is, you want to compare so that you can figure out what works most effectively and what doesn't. Also, conduct behavioral analysis. See what your site visitors are actually doing on your website, how far down they're scrolling, what they're paying attention to, what they're clicking on. You can also use behavioral analytics software to actually view what your users are doing on your website through video recordings. And this gives you a more qualitative assessment of the site experience and your ability to drive conversions. Be sure to conduct CTA analysis to see what's working in your website and which CTAs are underperforming. For example, we recently conducted a CTA analysis for one of our clients looking at data from a 2-month period. And what we found was pretty startling. We found that there were 0 clicks on Contact Us and Contact Sales CTAs over this 2-month period. So what was attracting all of the clicks was request a demo types of CTAs, download for different types of publications, watch a video, those types of CTAs were also performing. So this was a fantastic learning for figuring out which CTAs to place on the site and which CTAs to eliminate. Also, take the time to go through your actual request a demo process. Go through every single step in the process, all the way through to the actual demo. And you might be very surprised. We're doing this right now for one of our clients, and we've found at least half a dozen major problems with the requested demo process. From messaging to social proof to the follow-up emails, the entire process needs an overhaul. This is one of the most effective evaluations that you can do that will immediately translate into more leads, making it all the way through your process. The final method for increasing your B2B SaaS leads we'd like to recommend is website visitor identification software like Leadfeeder, Lead Forensics, or 6 Sense. The software identifies the companies that are on your website, along with which pages they're visiting, their navigational path, and how long they're spending on each page. Certain software packages also identify the actual individual at that company who's on your website, along with all of their contact information. When you see your ICP on your website demonstrating intent, reach out to them. Conduct outreach by the next business day. Don't wait any longer than that, or your response rates are going to drop dramatically. And be sure to customize the outreach to them based on the content that they were actually looking at on your website. You can also go to their LinkedIn page, see what they've been posting about. You can go to their company's LinkedIn page and see what's top of mind for the company or what's the company promoting today. You can look at the news feed from the company. You can use the LLMs to do some market research on the company. The point is, customize your messages for better response rates. This is highly effective as a lead generation process, as you're contacting your ICP exactly at the time that they're expressing interest. So if you want more leads for your B2B SaaS this year, number one, dive deeper into ICP insights. Know your customer better than any competitor. Number two, be bold. Have a backbone. Break through all the noise. Number three, get found in AI search as well as traditional SEO. 4, identify what's working most effectively and then scale it. Pour fuel on the fire. 5, overload them with social proof. Number 6, conduct conversion optimization and behavioral analysis. And 7, use website visitor identification software. This is an incredibly reliable system for increasing your B2B SaaS leads. If you want any help with your lead gen, give us a shout at Stratabeat.com. We'd love to hear from you. Now, let's get you more leads.